Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. How's it going, y'all? I'm back, and it is Tuesday. Today is hot. Holy moly, it is hot. Okay, so let's just jump into the show. I thought of that I would go over my thoughts of publicity, advertising, what you should be spending money on as a new business or as somebody that may have an advertising budget but doesn't know what to do yet, or just if you're on the fence about what can you do for awareness. And obviously paying for ads is an option. However, I have three things that I think are the three things that you need to master before you pay for advertising. And this is my opinion. And my opinion could change because with the climate of everything that's happening, it's crazy out there. So it already was crazy when it came to social media and marketing and advertising. There's no magic wand, because if there was, then everyone would just be successful and major companies wouldn't have failures. So money isn't necessarily the answer. So I am trying to figure out what's the best advice, what's the best approach for 2020. And what I think is what you need to do. I've got some notes. So number one, word of mouth. If you do not have a product or a service or whatever it is you're selling that is word of mouth shareable, then you need to go back to the drawing board, because I feel like that is a word of mouth product is kind of paramount, whichever the right word is for that. Let's go with paramount. And I feel like it's paramount to have something that's word of mouth shareable first before you pay for advertising, because I feel it's self-explanatory. At the same time, it's not. And I could talk for maybe 10 minutes about why it's good, why it matters, but let's just go with the idea that it's self-explanatory. So number one thing you need before you pay for advertising is a word of mouth shareable product or service. And number two, publicity. You've got some sort of publicity plan or publicity happening. Someone told me, this woman, her name's escaping me right now, but she has a business. She's a publicist. She was a lawyer turned publicist, worked more in the ESPN sports legal reporter, somewhere along those lines. She knew a lot about legal sports stuff, so she would go on shows like on ESPN and different types of things. And so when she became a publicist, she got this program that you could hire her to learn how to do your own publicity, which is like a thing that a lot of people are making courses based on their skills, because they can teach somebody how to do something with a course a million times over. Make one course, sell a bunch of them, instead of doing the work and being a publicist and basically buying your own job. However, so she had said to me, no one is going to put you on their show or write an article about you just to sell your product. Your publicity plan has to include teaching something and bringing value in some way, be it inspiration or good information, something that brings value to somebody. So if you can have a publicity plan where you can absolutely DIY it, do it on your own, but your publicity plan needs to be some sort of story and something you're either, bringing educational something to the table, to someone else's show, just bringing entertainment to someone else's show, bringing value. So before you pay for advertising and ads and stuff, make sure your publicity plan is at least set up and ready to go, and you've approached, 100 outlets that you feel like, there's these 100 podcasts that I feel like I'd be a great guest on, or 100 morning shows, or 100 online outlets that I feel like this story would be great, and you've pitched it to some of their writers. Whatever it is, have your publicity plan up and running. Okay? And number 3, collabing, which I feel like creates community. So if you haven't kind of tried to build up your community with collabing with similar businesses or different businesses, but creates some kind of connection to where you could have someone on your business's podcast, and you can be on someone else's business's podcast, or making YouTube videos with each other, or doing contests on Instagram with each other, something where you're collabing, and maybe you have a physical location and the person next door to you might be totally different businesses, but because you're in the same neighborhood, y'all are collabing with a coupon book or some sort of collaboration that you're doing with similar companies, or something that just makes sense. So I feel like that's really good advertising, and that it kind of feels like a word of mouth sharing kind of business. So the 3 things that I think you should definitely have going on before you start paying for advertising is a word of mouth, super shareable product or service, publicity plan that adds value, and you've already submitted to whatever outlets, however small, it doesn't matter. If you're on a person's show like this one that has 1 listener, that's at least getting you started. I mean, you could pay thousands of dollars for a really good publicist, but you don't have to have that thousands of dollars to get started. And have some good collabs under your belt, whatever that means for you, but at least you're doing more than just paying for ads and hoping people see your ad in the newspaper or hear your ad for a video on YouTube, or Spotify is a really good deal. So if you are considering ads, Pandora and Spotify have great deals for the amount of, awareness possibilities. So, but that's another story. So I don't know what we can call that. I guess something like things to do before you pay for ads. I feel like I can shorten that up and get that in a smaller sentence. So I just wanted, that was like in my notes of random things to talk about, and I just wanted to get that out there. And that kind of goes along with the new social media plan for 2020 that I'm trying to work out in my brain what's right. I feel like if you're not monetizing your social media, then it's sort of not worth it. The blogging your life for free on these platforms that wouldn't exist without you blogging for free, I feel like those days are numbered. They're not over, because not everyone's figured out yet that they don't have to do it for free, that there could be some sort of reward system. I don't know what it is going to be, but just putting up your post on Instagram and Facebook for free, I feel like those days are numbered because of things like this, where Facebook purchased Spotify purchased Anchor, and you can up and running and have a podcast day one with ads running. And the more people listen, you can actually get paid. So I feel like using your social media as a revenue stream, and instead of this like this free platform to advertise yourself that kind of might not be as financially beneficial as the amount of time it takes. I just feel like people are getting bored with Facebook, so some people are dropping off. A lot of the negativity and the things that are kind of happening there, it's giving people, a bad feeling, and they're going to start walking away, if not already. And I do feel like it is fun, but there's something else is coming. Maybe you feel it too, but something else is around the corner. And I feel like the monetization of blogging your life is where people are going to gravitate to once they figure it out. So, just a thought. It's second. I don't know. I feel like talking about it helps me figure it out in my mind. And yeah, so I thank you if you're actually out there listening. Maybe not. Maybe you are. I am. Let me see. My freaking roses are gigantic. They're like 5-inch roses. They're huge. So I'm really happy with my flowers that I've got going on. And what else? I'm about to go to the grocery store. I was just fitting in a podcast in my day, and coming back, see what's going on. I'm still diving deep into the Monique stuff, and she's not perfect. I think she's definitely fighting for something, and she might not be doing it in the best way, but there's something going on, and I'm still trying to dig deep and trying to figure out what is, there's something that she knows about not working for free, and I'm curious. So I'm still looking into that. Steve Harvey, I guess a year ago, had her on his show, so I was watching that interview, and he was saying that she is right, but she has the wrong approach, so they need to apologize to her, and she needs to apologize to them, and on, and people are really mad that she wasn't just happy with $500,000 Netflix offer, because she really isn't as popular as the other people that were getting $1 million offers. And yeah, I agree. There is some level of she's not that big, but I don't actually know how big she is in the comedian world. Maybe she would kill it, and it would be bonkers, a stand-up special. And I don't really get the Netflix payment model, because it's subscription, so it's not like there's ticket sales, it's just views. And then what is that, if she brought in millions and millions of views, it was probably I would guess it's a flat fee, like take it or leave it. And she didn't take it, and then she told everybody she didn't take it. So is that bad? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm still diving into that. And I have a new thing that I'm diving into because I saw a record review and I don't think I agreed with it. So I think I might review their record review. Is that something that's weird? Probably. But I think I'm going to try it. I'm not doing it in a drama way. I don't know if I should like call out the person that did the review. You know, I feel like if I'm talking about them, I should say who it is. But at the same time, I don't want to... What I want to say about their notes on this record really isn't... I don't want to disagree with them to disagree. I just want to... You know, I just found their comments really interesting, and I totally have a different opinion. But anyway, that's coming soon, hopefully. And I hope you're all staying cool out there. And it's freaking hot. And I guess I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. I think there's a good chance. So thank you so much for listening. And I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.